This is level J, list 9, day 1, and we're looking at the letter S making the Z sound and the letter Y making its long E sound in these words. So let's highlight that first. So when we have an S followed by an E at the end of a word, it quite often says Z or a Y. So that's saying Z in all of these words. That S is making that sound. Then we've got that Y at the end making its long E sound. So Y can make 3 vowel sounds. It can say E, like in creamy, steamy, happy, etc. It can say I, like in my, shy, dry. And it can say it, like in gym or symbol. So a Y is both a vowel and a consonant. In this case, it's being used as a vowel. So we've got creamy, steamy, dreamy, hairy, rainy, scary. So they're the 2 most common elements in those words. Now we're going to use a different colour to go through and revise some of the other things we see in these words. In this word here, we've got the oi sound in the middle of a word as oi. It's a long 1-syllable word, and it's common to see a 1-syllable word with the oi in the middle is oi. Here we've got the long E sound, is the double E. This E is only there to make the S make its Z sound. We've also got another phonogram in there that we're revising, the ch, from way back, level C. Here we've got the EA now making the long E sound. So what you have to do in your head is be very careful and keep the double E words in one part altogether and the EA words in another part. Here we've got another EA word, easy. We've got the EA here, the long E sound, steamy, dreamy. Now, in this one we're using air, the AIR for the air sound. Here we've got the A sound represented by AI, and here we've got the R sound. But it's saying scary because it comes from the word scare, which we would use the A-R-E, but we changed the E to a Y to make it say scary. Now we know to use a C before an A for the k sound, so that's another revision on that. We've dealt with quite a bit in the past. Okay, let's read these words and have a look at what they mean. So when you have a lot of noise, it's a lot of sound, so that's where we use the word noise. It means sound. Cheese is something that we can eat. It's a dairy product. Please is when we use good manners and we're asking for something. Easy means something is very simple to do. Creamy means that it's got cream in it and it's very smooth. Steamy means it's hot and there's the air rising from the hot liquid or food or whatever is a little bit cloudy. It's steamy. Dreamy means that you're dreaming of something. You're perhaps daydreaming or wishing for something nice to happen. Hairy means you've got a lot of hair, so that bear is very hairy. Rainy means it's a rainy day, like the rain is falling. And scary means something is frightening, it's scaring us. So quite often when these words end with a Y, they're indicating that they're adjectives. So you might have some creamy soup or a steamy mug of hot chocolate or a dreamy day, a hairy bear, a rainy day, a scary ghost. So these words are all used as adjectives in this sense. Okay, let's read the word, sound the word, spell the word. So we've got noise, 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 N-O-I-S-E, N-O-I-S-E, N-O-I-S-E. Cover it and write it. Now, as I've been saying, it's very important that you sound these words and then you search in your brain for the letters that make that sound in this particular word. So we could have O-Y or O-I, we're choosing the O-I, and rather than writing the letter Z for the Z sound at the end of these words, we're identifying that it's SE that we're using. And we quite often use SE at the end of a word for the Z sound. So cheese, 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 C-H-E-E-S-E, C-H-E-E-S-E, C-H-E-E-S-E. And you can finish the rest of that page all on your own. Don't forget to check to make sure that you've spelt them correctly. This is level J, list 9, and we're doing the day 2 today. So our words are noise, cheese, please, easy, creamy, steamy, dreamy, hairy, rainy, scary. So we know that quite often when you see SE at the end of a word, it's making the S make its Z sound. And when we want a S sound at the end of a word, we often use CE. Okay, let's have a look in these words. There's some other things that we're revising. So we've got, let's get a colour ready to go. We've got the oi sound in noise. We've got the long E sound and the ch sound in she. So you might need a couple of colours here. Then in please, we've got the long E sound here with this EA, whereas this one is EE. This one we've got the long E sound again, got the long E sound there, long E sound, long E sound. And in these last ones, we've got AIR for as a revision of the air sound. Oh, here we've got the AI, so long A sound, and AR for the air sound, it's got airy. Okay, now what we need to do is to go back, and after the S in all of these, we're going to colour the E. So the E on the end here is not to make the previous vowel long. Here it's to make the S say Z. In all these ones, we've got the Y making its long E sound. So I think we've covered everything there. Now let's have a look at reading, sounding, spelling and writing them. So we've got noise, noise, N-O-I-S-E. And cheese, cheese, C-H-E-E-S-E. Cover it, write it and check it. Now down here you've got a crossword. You've done some of these already. So going down, number 1, something that's magical or special would be dreamy. So you've got to write, going down, dreamy, and 1 letter in each box. When you've done it, cross it off. Now 4 across is describes a wet day, would be rainy. So 4 across, rainy, and then cross it off when you've used when you've done that clue. You can finish the rest of that on your own. So down here it says fill in the gaps with the list word. I like to eat something sandwiches. I think probably the only thing up there that you'd like to eat in a sandwich would be cheese. So you'd write cheese in there. So you're using these words here to find and matching them to their meanings here to finish the crossword. And down here you're finishing the sentences with filling the gap in with one of those words. This is level J, list 9, and we're doing the day 3. And here we're looking at the S making a Z sound, which it does quite frequently, and the Y at the end of a word making an E sound. So here we've got noise, cheese, please, easy, creamy, steamy, dreamy, hairy, rainy, scary. Now sometimes you'll see EY at the end of a word, but there are only about 10 common words that we would use that end in EY, like honey, money, monkey, honey, trolley, and there's not that many. So if you're not sure whether to write EY or Y at the end of a word, make sure you write the Y, because there are thousands of words that end with a Y. There's only 10 words that end in EY, and they're not, that are common, and they're not that common, some of them. Now we know that in English, the S actually says Z most of the time. So just be careful of that when you're writing words. We don't often write a Z for the Z sound in words. So when you see SE at the end of a word, it's a common way of writing the Z sound. So we've got that noise. You can hear it. Cheese, please, easy. Okay, so apart from the SE in these words, or SY, we've also got some other phonograms in here. So we've got the OI making the OI sound, the long E sound written by double E. That E there is not to make this previous vowel long, and it's not to make this previous vowel long, because they're already long sounds. They're only there for that, to make that S say Z. So we'll colour in that E just to make it easier for you to remember. Now we also know here that we've got the ch sound, and that should be fairly easy for you by now. You learnt that way back in level C. Now here we've got that E sound again with the EA for that long E sound in creamy, steamy and dreamy. You can colour all of those in. Choose another colour and let's highlight the AI in these ones. So you've got the AIR for air, the AI for A, and you've got the AR in there too. So you know to use a C for the kut sound before an A. Now let's read the word sound the word, spell the words, and then write them. So we're going to go noise, noise, N-O-I-S-E. And you must spell the word too, otherwise you might use a Z rather than an S here, and you might forget to put the E on the end. It also tells us which representation of the OI sound to use. Now down here you have to write the word, then use them in a sentence, so you'd have cheesy. Now it tells you here, take away the E and write a Y instead. So quite often when a word ends in E and we want to make the E, long E sound at the end of the word, we're going to take away that E and just add a Y. So to go from please to pleasant, you have to take away the E and add the and. Same with here. You've got an E here, you want it to change from noise to noisy. You're going to get rid of that E and use the Y for the long E sound at the end of the word. Now here we're going to add an adjective to these nouns. So cake and spider are both nouns, so you have to find a word that could be used as an adjective. Now cheese could be a noun or an adjective. Here we're going to use it as an adjective. So we're going to have a cheesecake. You can work out which adjective to use there. Comparatives and superlatives. Now if a word ends in Y, you have to take away the Y and add an I. So we don't want to get rid of that sound there. We don't want to write creamer, scarer. We want to have cream-er. So we need that Y to change to an I to get that it sound in there. And then we add the ER for the comparative to make it mean more. So it'd be cream-it-er, cream-it-est. Scare-it-er, scare-it-est. Ease-it-er, ease-it-est. So don't forget to change that Y to an I in each of them before you add the ER and the EST to make them mean more or the most. Comparatives, superlatives. Fill in the gap with one of the above adjectives. Now an adjective describes a noun. So today's soup is much something than yesterday's. You can work out what the word would be in there and what form you're going to write it in. Are you going to make it into a comparative or superlative or a plural or in a different verb tense? So you've got to work out what form the word needs to be in and what the ending needs to be for each of these so that the sentences make sense. This is level J, list 9, and we're doing the day 4 page. And this is sentence expansion by using adjectives. So to make a sentence more interesting, if we use adjectives to describe the nouns, we're giving the reader more information, and that will make it easier and better for them to read our story. So expanding sentences, we use adjectives to expand our sentences to make them sound more interesting. So rather than just saying, I ate a berry, we could say, I ate a big berry. I ate a big red berry. I ate a big red berry at lunch. So we're giving a little bit more information each time. Now you're going to use these adjectives that said to fill in the gap. So fill in the gap with the correct adjective. So the words are dark, warm, thirsty, soft, creaky, new, cold, birthday, exciting, fizzy, little, creamy. The girl sank into her something couch and read the something book. So you've got to work out which words would fit in there, the best of these ones up here. Down the bottom, you have to use your own adjectives to finish the sentences and match to the picture. So the first one says, the something something spider sat on the windowsill. Now up here we were only using one adjective. You can use as many adjectives as you like. So down here we've moved on to 3 adjectives. So you have a look at the spider and you could think of what could be some good words to describe a spider. I've made a bit of a list. I've thought, oh, maybe hairy, a large one, and it could be black. But that order doesn't sound right to me. So getting the order right, choosing the right words to describe the noun, and also getting the order right is important too. So just have a play with the words that you decide on using to hear which order sounds best. So let's try. Hairy, large, black spider sounds a bit funny, but if we go large, hairy, black spider, that sounds better. So we could write that in. So quite often we put the size first, then the description, and then the colour last. There is an order that you can follow if you can't hear what sounds better. So we're going to do large, hairy, black spider sat on the windowsill. Okay, so then the something boy played with a something something ball. You have to think about the best word to describe the boy and the best words to describe the ball. You could talk about its size, its colour, what type of ball it was, etc. Only 2 words needed there to fill that in. You can finish off those. Don't forget to use the pictures to help you, and then to link the sentence to the picture when you finish.